Hello, it's me, Sweetie, and thank you for being here for another video. So as you can see, my hair is getting quite long. I'm continuously shocked by how long my hair is, considering I've had a pixie cut for most of the last 10 years. And I talked a little bit more about my hair journey in my How I Dye and Take Care of My Hair video, which I will link up above. But today, instead of talking about hair care or hair coloring, I wanted to talk about hair styling. Specifically, I would like to share a few kawaii hairstyles that I either have tried out for myself or I've been wanting to try. I figure since I have all of this hair now, I might as well do something with it. So come and hang out with me and maybe get some ideas for some new kawaii hairstyles. Now, the first hairstyle I would like to show you is a little bit of easy mode for me. This is one that I've worn in videos before and that I like to wear. It's relatively easy to do, and that hairstyle is space buns. So the first step we're going to do is just split our hair down the middle. So what I like to do is while I'm working with one side of my hair is I will just kind of contain this side with a hair elastic, and then I can easily work over here without like hair getting pulled over to this side and making a mess. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is work on getting this hair up into a pigtail, and I like to lean my head over as much as possible just so that gravity is working with me. So I'm just combing my hair up, and then just kind of smoothing it out as I go. And I really like to get these as high up on top of my head as possible, just so that they're like perched nice on top of my head. Okay, so I did adjust it up a little bit just by like pulling like this. So this one's done, and now I'll do this guy. Okay, there we go. I've got two pigtails with these little spikes on them. I don't know how that happened or how they're like exactly the same. Anyway, so we've got our pigtails and now we can make our buns. So down in front of me, I also have a little container of bobby pins, which I will be using to help the buns keep their shape. But first we have to make the buns themselves. So what I like to do is give my pigtail a little bit of a twist, generally more towards the bottom. So like the base here is left a little fluffy. And then I will swirl it around up top. I like to keep this first little swirl a little bit loose just to give it some body. And then I will wrap the next swirl around a little tighter, but not too tight. You want your buns to have some volume, some shape. And then I've got my bobby pin here, and I'm just going to start securing the bun around the base. There we go. I'll usually put in a good 3 or 4 pins around the base just to secure it. And you know, it's okay if you get like some of these little flyaway swirlies. They're not gonna look perfect, and honestly, you really don't want them to. I think they look cuter when they're like uneven and kind of messy looking. So if that happens to you, it'll just be more kawaii. And now we'll do the same to this guy over here. All right, so here they are up. As you can tell, they are uneven. And like I said, I think that just adds to the cuteness of it. But if you don't really like how it looks uneven around the base, if you're uncomfortable with that and you want it to look a little more tidy, I do have a suggestion for you. And that is adding some scrunchies. This is a very simple way to hide the base of your buns where the pins are and where you might have a few more flyaways than you'd like to show off. And the easy way to fix this is to just put the scrunchie over top like this. And there you go. The space buns have been conquered. Let's go on to something new that I have never tried before. Up next, I want to try something that I have seen going around so much in the lolita community, usually done with wigs, but I would like to try it with my own hair. And what I'm talking about are bubble braids. I think this style is so cute. It's so interesting. I think it presents a great opportunity to put a bunch of cute little things in your hair. So let's give it a try. Okay, so much in the same way with the space buns, we are just going to split our hair down the middle. Now, I've seen these braids start at like different heights on the head. I've seen them done up here. I've seen them started like just above the ears, and I've seen them started at like the nape of the neck here, but I think I'm going to do mine right about the ears. So in my last hairstyle, I used more of like the thicker rubber elastics, but for this one, I'm going to be using, I don't know if the camera will pick up, there we go, these smaller, clear little hair ties, just because I don't want there to be a bunch of like thick, colorful hair ties in my hair. I want the focus to be more on the hairstyle itself. Okay, so same sort of deal. I'm just going to brush my hair upwards in a ponytail until I get it at the height I want, which I think, let's see, yeah, I think that's about where I would like it. And so then we will add our clear little elastic, and hopefully I won't break this one. There we go. And now we'll do the other side. Okay, so I think those are about even, and now we can start adding the bubbles. So I'm just gonna kind of go about it my own way. Okay, so I think I'll have the bubble be about there. So basically, you're gonna grab like however large you want your sections of your bubbles to be, and then you will add your hair twisty like at the bottom of the section, and then we're just gonna like pull the hair out a little bit so that it turns into, oh, there it is, oh my gosh, into like a little bubble. Oh my god. Okay, that's already super cute. I was so worried I was gonna be really bad at this, but it's really easy. What a relief. So now I'll just go to my next little bubble section, and hopefully this one is just as easy as the last. Okay, there's my section. So what I kind of did was like hold the rubber band and then like pull from the bottom, like just a little bit. It doesn't take a lot of like hair pulling to get that like bubble shape. Oh my gosh, I am so excited about this. Okay, let's see how many I can fit in my hair, because like my hair is long but it's not super long. I think this is probably the last one I'll be able to do, but that's okay. I think probably if you made your bubbles smaller and like less poofy, you'd be able to get more. But that is so cute. My hair reminds me of like someone from Whoville or like a Christmas ornament. Okay, that's super fun. And now I'm gonna do the other side. There they are, all done. I love this so much. I think it looks so cute and interesting, and I would like to try adding some like little decorations throughout my bubbles, because that's what I've seen a lot of girls do. So let me see what I can find and just like sprinkle in some decorations. Okay, so I clearly went for more of an over-the-top look, but I just couldn't help myself. I wanted to add in so many little things. I think it kind of takes away from like the bubbled look, but you saw what it looked like before. I really love this. I am definitely going to try this style more in an everyday capacity, and if you have never tried it before, I really recommend it. Up next, I'm going to do another kind of braided look, but instead of having them be down and hanging, they will actually be up on top of our head. Okay, so I'm going to keep my hair in pigtails like this. Normally I would use more of like a rubber elastic for this look, but just to be honest, I can't be bothered to take these out just to put them back in again in the same place. So like I said, this is also going to be another braided look, and this is one that I have done before. You can see it in some photos over on my Instagram, which I will link down below, but I like to call this the braid crown. So what we're gonna do is just start off by doing a normal braid. Obviously you would put your hair up into pigtails first, and this is just, I mean, a basic braid. I'm not sure if it has any other name than that. Now, I feel like usually I try to do my braids more like tight, but for this one you want a little more length. So if you are used to braiding or understand what I'm going to describe, try to braid more downward rather than pulling like left to right, just so you can keep some length in your hair, because obviously when you braid your hair it will, you know, shrink upwards a little bit. So just try to keep however much length you can in your braid when you're doing this. And I also recommend braiding this like really as far down as you can before you tie it off. I think that looks good, and I'm just gonna use another one of these clear elastics so we don't have like a bright chunky hair elastic for what we're gonna do next. And now I will just do the same to this side. Okay, so I have my 2 braids here, and now what we are going to do is make the crown, and the way we're going to do that is pull the braid up and over the top of your head, and I kind of like to press the hair in just to get it almost stretched a little bit. If you're doing this, you'll understand what I mean. You kind of need to persuade the hair to go this way, and I don't lay it over right the middle. I kind of like to go just over almost where my bangs start. If you have bangs, I like to drape it over the top there, and then you're gonna bring it all the way over here. You're gonna kind of want to pull it as tight as you can, not to where it's uncomfortable, but just taut. And so then what I'm going to do is take a basic bobby pin and just pin this down where I can. There we go. So as you can see, this is coming over the top here. And now we are going to do the same with this braid. And as you can see, I've got my bobby pins over here. They're kind of an eyesore. So what I'm going to do is sort of tuck them up underneath this braid that I am now bringing over here. So again, I'm just gonna try to push the hair over so that it stays, and then this will kind of cross over that original braid that we made. And then with the little tail of my hair over here, I actually like to come over and tuck it underneath that first braid, just so that the end of the tail and the little rubber band is not seen. And that way it has kind of like a seamless front edge to it. And just like I did with the first braid, I'm going to take some bobby pins and make sure that the second braid we did stays in place. And there we have it, the braid crown. I love how nice it looks. And if you tuck in your little ends the right way, it looks nice and clean from all angles. It gets your hair up off the back of your neck in an interesting kind of way. And I think this is a hairstyle you can also add a bunch of cute accessories to. The way I usually style it is I'll add in some matching little clips on the side here. There we go, so I've got some flowers. And also if you're having trouble hiding any flyaways or messiness around the area where your braids are folding up, putting something here can hide that a little bit as well as make it cute. So I think this last one might be my favorite out of all of these, and it is going to be a bow made out of your hair. So the first step for this hairstyle is going to be creating basically one ponytail in the top middle of your head. Now I'm gonna have to do a whole thing where I flip my hair over to get it up into a ponytail like that, so I will be right back. Okay, so here we are. I did my little ponytail on top of my head. Now usually I'll wrap my ponytails twice around, maybe 3. This one I've left it only wrapped once, and that is because there is an additional step we need to do before we can start making the bow. So what I'm going to do is take my ponytail and stretch it out, and I am going to, instead of pulling my hair all the way through, I am just going to make it into a little a little halfway through bun like this. And I've got, the rest of my excess hair that I didn't pull through is hanging out in the back right now. So I'm just gonna kind of gather that up and secure it into one little chunk for later use. Okay, so we've got our little half bun thing here, and we are going to just very gently separate the hair and split it in half and kind of just flatten it out. And so the next step, this looks ridiculous. So the next step we're going to do is going to use a bobby pin, and you can start on either side you want, but see, it already has the shape of a bow right now. So I'm going to take my bobby pin, and I think I'm going to start at the base here, but I'm just going to fix the bottom of the hair bow to my scalp. Okay, so there we go. We have a general bow kind of butterfly shape. And so now I'm going to take the hair that I didn't pull through the hairband at that original time, and I'm going to bring it up and over to make that middle part of the bow. And then of course we'll go back in with our bobby pins and secure it. And there you have it, a bow made out of hair. Well, I actually do have some errands I need to run in my fabulous new hairstyle, so I'm gonna go ahead and go do that. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!